Alright, so that was that one. We still got a little bit more source material, considering we're gonna get it in, folks. Um, that's pretty much this one. But next one we're gonna get it in. It's a lot to cover. I have a lot to learn with like just Loopy Pro. I'm a super beginner. Um, it's a lot of new stuff in here that I gotta learn. Um, it's like voice synth. I have an older version of like wow. You see wow in here. You see wow up here. So I'm familiar with it. I'm trying to play the piano again. So the Terminator wow beat. I know it's like a lot of stuff right here. Everything wasn't used. Like this iPad wasn't used. Um, should we list this shit off to have one official list off? All right. For studio purposes, what we got here is older iPad, a Fire, gaming station, arcade gaming station. So that's 3 gaming stations over here. 3 guitar pedals, guitar tuners for getting different things in tune. Chord KP3, circuit rhythm, circuit tracks, SP404 Mark II, new iPad, iPad Classic in the back, Android tablet, ham radio, another gaming station with a little controller, effects, mixer board kind of thing, little hub for this side of the studio, fully weighted 88 keyboard with like 500 sound built-in effects, stuff like that. 61 key, the complete, right? What is this, the A61? Come with the little native instrument, stuff like that. Guitar rig, native instruments. So we got Logic over here, the Mac M1, whatever. And we got another Mac over here running Logic, stuff like that. Only thing that's not set up is the beat is always going, right? That's kind of an important part, is that it's clocked to the 92 BPM. So like the effects and everything is clocked to the 92 BPM. If that iPad was using the microphone, that's set to 92 BPM for those effects. Loopy, which we could go ahead and load up, is set to 92 BPM. So certain things are clocked to it. I think I covered this in the first video low. My KP3 is not set to the tempo because sometimes it's double or half tempo. My SP is not MIDI synced because I don't want it to trigger with the circuits and when the transport starts in the DAW. So yeah, trying to break down the Terminator wow. It was just this game pad over here. The feedback loop you've kind of been hearing run the whole time. And really it was a mix of incorporating Loopy, which Loopy Pro, and this iPad is like the newest thing. Like yesterday is when I got my little adapter so I can just directly connect it to the SP. So the SP is like the interface. The sound is coming like a sample out of the SP into Loopy, and then Loopy can like process effects without running any loops and put sound back in. So like feedback loops get created just with, right, the iPad and the SP. So for example, right, expanding the mixer in Loopy Pro, my hardware in channel is right here with all these effects on it, right? My master out channel is muted, but if I bring it up, right, so I'll turn the I'm turning the audio interfaces down, so the computers are like kind of turned down, so that's not really coming in right now. What's happening is just loopy. Loopy, the effects over here, and the SP, really. The rhythm, let's just turn down the rhythm for now. So it's just, right, one bus, and we got 4 buses, but just, right, trying to keep it simple. We got 1 bus activated, right, so filter to the resonator, back to loopy, turn up loopy. I'm gonna turn down the master, switch from input 3/4 to 1/2. Here, get louder a little bit. Right? And you can hear, that sounds like some BS, really, to me. But this is like a breakdown of the beat. And I think the beat was decent. So what the beat was drums and stuff from over here, blah, blah, blah. Wow, coming from the SP, my samples, and whatever. All of that, right, was all tracked in on that blue one. And then the last one is like a little distorted ending, little other part. But that's what my analog gear, my circuits, and the SP all did. All the green tracks are MIDI for 4 omnispheres. It's just kind of adding in little low parts for omnisphere. So, right now we hear, I was tracking in on the mains, turn that off. And if we just like, I want to solo it maybe. So you can hear most of it was just that, like all of this is just like this Terminator game, and we over here mixing, chopping shit up, the effects over here, I'm shut right. And so I'm not doing all that right now, but that's literally this whole thing and that other part, all of this, all the switch ups, that's, you hear it, that's, right, and so that's how I'm making the beats nowadays, these days, what I'm trying to learn and expand into, and like, the iPad, like mad new. Loopy Pro, I've had a few days. Other stuff I haven't really even touched, but I invested a little more in the iPad. But really, I got the iPad for Logic Remote. But it's like I got Omnisphere, so now I got the Omnisphere controller. But really, it's for the Logic Remote to control the remix effects. And like, because the remix effects are just dope. So I have the remix effects like in my feedback loop chain. And same channel right here. And so when I'm activating it, you know what the giddy hop is. I think I showed that in the first one, right? The first feedback loop video. So I'm trying to keep this one short. This is like a Terminator WoW explanation video, and just kind of showing the feedback loop. So the whole thing together is the beat you hear on what you call it, but what you don't hear on YouTube is maybe if I soloed some of this. So and I don't even like it out of context of the beat, to be honest. But that was some of Omnisphere. So just, if we focus on the top 8 are the ones I'm focusing on right now. But there's like a lot more to explore. And again, the only reason really I bought this was for Logic Remote to control the Mac M1. But now you have the Omnisphere Remote, Loopy, a bunch of stuff, the Seaboard. We used the one beat for the Terminator WoW, or the one game, that one piece from the intro. I didn't even get into the other parts of that one, but we got a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's like inspiration. I'm curious to see what other sounds come out of like the ham radio, what I'm pulling up on. So we'll get into it, but just I'm trying to keep the videos coming out, keep everybody doing their thing. I hope y'all having fun doing y'all thing. See y'all in part 3, and Dukes is coming. Peace, peace.